Hello, and welcome to Lesson 4 of our AI-powered social media listening module. Today, we're diving into what is arguably the most important part of social listening, what you actually do with the insights. We've explored how to collect data and how AI and NLP help analyze it. But data, even the most precisely tagged or elegantly visualized, means very little if it doesn't lead to action. Social listening is not just about hearing what people say, it's about learning from it and doing something with that knowledge. So in this session, we'll focus on 5 key things. 1. Making insights actionable. 2. Identifying customer needs and preferences. 3. Enhancing marketing strategies. 4. Informing crisis and PR responses. 5. Measuring the impact of your listening efforts. And as always, we'll ground our lesson in real-world cases to show how brands translate listening into growth. Let's begin by clarifying what an insight really is. Saying we had 3,000 mentions this week is a data point. Saying many people complained about late deliveries is an observation. But saying our delivery policy may be harming customer retention, we need to review shipping times and communicate better about delays. That's an insight. So how do we move from noise to nuance? You start by analyzing social trends with a purpose. Ask, what is this trend really telling us? What might be causing it? And crucially, what action does it suggest? Let's say you observe a surge in praise for a newly launched product feature. The action might be to promote that feature more prominently on your website. Or, if a recurring complaint emerges, say, around poor mobile app usability, you bring that directly to your UX team and perhaps publish a roadmap showing users you're working on it. A good practice is to document insights alongside recommendations. Don't just deliver a graph to your marketing manager. Tell them, here's what's trending, and here's what we think should happen next. The best social listening teams hold regular debriefs with product, customer service, and comms. These insights flow across departments and create a shared loop of feedback and action. Social media is a goldmine for understanding customer needs because it's unfiltered, unsolicited, and abundant. Let's imagine you're managing a software product. You keep seeing tweets like, "Wish this app let me export in PDF." Now you're not just getting feature requests, you're getting market research live and in the wild. By tracking repeated requests or frustrations, you start building a living list of customer pain points and preferences. Bring that to your product team with context. Show how often it's mentioned, how passionate users are, and what the sentiment is. Let's take Coca-Cola. They noticed customers weren't happy with Coke Zero's taste. Instead of dismissing it, they reformulated the product and acknowledged the feedback publicly. That's not just good PR, it's smart R&D driven by listening. And there's an important nuance here. Needs don't always sound like direct requests. Sometimes people invent new ways to use your product. A good example is Lego. Adult users were creating advanced robotics hacks with Lego kits. Rather than ignoring this, Lego leaned in, creating new kits for hobbyists and educators. They unlocked a new market by listening creatively. So how do you apply this? Catalog requests and suggestions. Spot usage trends and repurposing behavior. Track sentiment tied to existing features. And communicate these findings clearly to your development teams. This way, your social listening becomes a strategic asset for innovation. Now let's talk about how listening sharpens your marketing. Listening tells you what people love about your brand, what they misunderstand, what language they use, and what's trending in their world. Start with language. If your customers refer to your product using specific slang or emojis, lean into that. It makes your brand feel familiar and in touch. If you find that people love a particular aspect, say the sustainability of your packaging, that should become a focus in your next campaign. On the flip side, if your audience thinks your service is overpriced due to a lack of understanding, your next blog or infographic should explain the value behind your pricing. Social listening also uncovers content gaps. If lots of users are asking, how do I use this product for X task? Guess what? That's a perfect how-to video opportunity. Let me give you a famous example. Wendy's. Their Twitter team is legendary for turning real-time tweets into brand moments. One user jokingly asked for free nuggets for a year, Wendy's played along and the tweet went viral. The brand capitalized on it with a lighthearted campaign. That's listening turned into buzz. Trend spotting is equally powerful. Let's say you notice a rising conversation around eco-friendly fashion. If you're a clothing brand, now's your chance to spotlight your ethical sourcing or launch a green line. Listening tells you when and where to enter the conversation. And during campaigns, listening helps course correct. If something's off tone or confusing, you'll catch the backlash early. If something's popular, double down on it. So, whether it's messaging, media placement, or timing, social listening makes your marketing responsive, relevant, and resonant. When things go wrong, timing and tone are everything. And that's where social listening shines. Let's say a data breach occurs. Listening lets you know how big the issue is, what people are worried about, and what false information might be spreading. One company found users on Reddit discussing a potential security bug. Their social team saw it early through listening, informed IT, and addressed it before it blew up. That's a crisis averted. Listening helps shape your response too. If people are most upset about delayed refunds, make sure your public response emphasizes refund clarity. If the outrage is being amplified by one influencer or journalist, reach out directly. And after your statement goes live, keep listening. Did it calm the waters or spark more criticism? Real-time feedback lets you iterate. Maybe you need a second post or a clearer FAQ. Importantly, showing that your listening can itself be disarming. We heard your concerns, and here's what we're doing is powerful. It signals humility and accountability. In short, social listening gives your PR team the intelligence to be precise, proactive, and human when it matters most. So how do you know your listening strategy is working? There are a few key metrics and approaches. Volume and share of voice. Are more people talking about you? Are you being mentioned more than competitors? Sentiment score. Is the tone of those conversations improving? Did positive sentiment rise after your last update? Resolution time and satisfaction. Are you responding to social issues faster? Are you getting public thanks from customers? Outcome from action. Did the changes you made, say, updating the return policy, lead to fewer complaints? Campaign performance. Did a marketing tweak inspired by social feedback improve engagement or click-through rates? And don't forget qualitative evidence. Screenshots of customer praise, thank you tweets, or blog mentions all matter when telling the story of your impact. Many companies set up internal dashboards to track this. For example, if your listening helped inform a new feature rollout, keep watching post-launch sentiment to see if complaints decline or praise increases. When possible, tie it back to business KPIs, improved retention, increased sales, better NPS scores. Social listening isn't just a soft skill, it drives real business outcomes. Let's close with a few real-life stories to drive this home. LEGO tapped into its adult fan base, launching more advanced kits and boosting their STEM appeal, all from listening to online communities. A major telecom spotted complaints about activation steps. They simplified instructions, complaints dropped, and satisfaction rose. A beverage company caught early signs that their campaign wasn't working. They retooled it mid-flight based on listener feedback, salvaging what could have been a failure. And that's the theme here: listen, learn, act, listen again. Social listening is not just a feedback channel, it's a compass. And when businesses treat it as such, integrating it into product decisions, marketing strategy, and customer experience, they don't just stay relevant, they thrive. In our final takeaway, don't let insights sit in reports. Share them, act on them, revisit them, and always ask, what does this mean and what do we do next? Thanks for joining Lesson 4. Now we completed AI-powered social media listening module. In our next module, we'll look at AI-driven social media advertising. Until then, keep listening and let your audience shape your strategy.